What the heck is going on, YouTube? It's your guy, Coke or Hector, and we're back at it like a crack addict. And today we have another special guest. This is episode 12 of the Background Podcast. And this guest is something special, let me tell you. He is the tech whiz. He is the host of the upcoming Halloween party. And he's a well-known radio guy. I'll let you introduce yourself.
Oh, well-known. I like that. Yes. I hope so. I've been doing it long enough. Yes, I am MarioJBell, also known as Mario on Facebook. Mario John. But for radio, MarioJBell. That's me. And
yes,
I'm looking forward to DJing. I think we have a co-DJ deal, right? She's doing some poetry, and she's actually going to help with the MC stuff.
Yes,
right?
Yes.
So,
her name is Catherine.
And Catherine. That's Catherine that's going to be. So hello to Catherine.
Yes, she's going to be doing some poetry, specifically some Edgar Allan Poe. So it's going to be
poetry.
Yeah, it's
I like
going to
it.
be spooky vibes.
Of course, it's Halloween time. We got to do that, right?
Mm-hmm. How do you feel like your dynamic with her is since you're going to co-host?
Yeah, everything was cool. I know we did a sound check, and I was running behind because I didn't think about all the traffic stuff. But we were cool. She was helping do like a quick sound check with us, and we didn't read any poetry or anything. But I think it'll be fun.
She's saving it for a surprise.
Yeah, I think so. Because I was like, wait, are we gonna read? That's what I was wondering. Are we gonna do some tests? But that's okay. We'll do it the day of, and live. It's live. It's a live event.
Oh yeah.
Which happens to be in your backyard, literally.
Mm-hmm. Yes, for sure.
The Whisper the Cokard Backyard Bash. Mm-hmm. What are we actually calling it? Just the Backyard Bash?
It's the Backyard Monster Mash.
That's right, the Monster Mash, Backyard Bash.
He did the mash. He did the Monster Mash. The Monster Mash.
Man, that's an old one.
Yeah, I was listening to it earlier, trying to hype myself up for the Halloween
We need
vibe.
to play that through in between sets. We got to play that song. That'd be appropriate.
We gotta play that one, and we gotta play "This Is Halloween." This is.
Oh yeah, man, you got it all set up. You're ready.
I got a whole playlist.
And I guess I'll be the guy doing the music, right? Being behind the scenes or with the DJ stuff.
Yes.
So I'm looking forward to it. Mm-hmm. We originally were talking about doing this in like a venue, like a bar or something, or a big event venue, but it turned out this worked out better.
Yeah.
We got the whole feel there, and it literally, if they don't like it, they can go jump in the lake. You literally have a pond, a big pond behind you.
Oh yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that.
That water's dirty though. I wouldn't advise that.
Hey,
you'll catch something.
I'm a country boy myself. I wasn't always in the city. I'm from Northwest Indiana, and where I lived when I was a kid, that's mostly what we had in our backyard was that.
Okay.
Looked just like that, but a little smaller.
Okay.
But the weeds and the nasty smell and everything. Mm-hmm. So I'm kind of used to it.
That's a good segue, because my first topic that I wanted to dive into was more like your origin story.
Oh, sure.
It is called The Background after all, so I'll let you take it away.
Yeah, I really thought that I was going to be my ex girlfriend, a girlfriend I had literally in grammar school, because I moved out of Northwest Indiana in grammar school. I was going to be 13. We were already moving up to Illinois. But anyway, she always thought I was going to be like some kind of public official, like a trustee or maybe president of a village or something. So I always laugh. And actually, that's kind of what I wanted to do. So I've always been like kind of a little bit of a ham.
Okay. What do you mean?
Wanting to be in front of the camera or just in the public, trying to help people or make some kind of law that, like, you can't cross the street right there until the light's yellow, stupid stuff that I was always thinking when I was a kid. Like, you can't ride your bike on the right side of the street because that's in front of my mailbox. Just silly stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But I actually had those ideas when I was a kid, and I actually wanted to be the guy that made the law. Isn't that weird? So I did that. But I've always been like a comedy guy. Always had some kind of humorous thing that we did, playing jokes on each other. Big fan of Mo, Larry, and Curly of the Three Stooges, so I kind of thought maybe I'll do a vaudeville act too.
Ooh.
Which there really is no vaudeville anymore, but like that kind of variety show. Mm-hmm. So since I've been a little kid, I always wanted to do something. I just really didn't know what it was, and I actually didn't start realizing what I wanted to do until I started getting into this, like doing audio, like tech stuff, like behind the scenes, right into college, my first year in college. I was at a local public access TV. I don't even know if people know what that is. If people know what public access, it's like each local village has their own channel that the public used to come in and do a show they could make just like this.
Okay.
Or they would do stuff for like the village, like, you know, a board meeting or an event where they're opening up a big park or something in the city. They would video that, and that's where I got started doing that kind of stuff. Public access TV is what they called it.
Oh, wow.
Cable access really is what I think. You know, like in Wayne's World, where
I'm
they were.
With that.
Oh, okay. Well, in Wayne's World, the movie, they're at a public access station in Aurora.
Okay.
They're talking about Aurora as in Aurora, Illinois. So yeah, I got started over there. Well, I guess I was already 19, so I'd already been trying to figure out what I'm going to do. And that kind of launched my career because I really like being the guy behind the scenes. And then every once in a while, you'd see me on mic doing something, saying something.
Okay.
We had election coverage, and you could hear me in the back yelling, "That's not right, the results, it's a scam." And we're live on the air, so it was always something silly I was doing.
Controversial, it sounds like, at times.
You know, I didn't mean to be, but it sure came off that way on the TV. Because and it was live. Even though it was a local city, we still had the ability to go out live on the channel. So, yeah, they were throwing stuff at me to shut up.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, that was my experience of getting started in this business professionally, is at the local channel. And then it's just somehow one day I wanted to intern at a radio station in trade school. I went to a school called the Illinois Center for Broadcasting. It's now called, I think, Illinois Media School, I think they call it now. And that's when I really realized, okay, I definitely want to be the guy that's in front of the mic, not the guy doing all the tech stuff behind the scenes. So that happened, and basically I've been doing it ever since. So from 19 to now, and I'm going to be 40 minutes soon. So actually, no, Sativa didn't believe me. Sativa's involved with the show we're doing. He's another artist. He didn't believe me, but I'm going to be 50. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm getting up there.
Yeah.
So I've been doing it quite some time, but not straight through. Everybody's like, "You've been doing this 30 years." It's like 30 years. I'm like, no. Yeah. I did other stuff. I did sales. I worked for the cable company, but not doing this type of work for them. Not cable access anymore. In sales. Like, I literally was knocking on people's doors like you're saying, "Hey, we could switch you.
Yep.
We could switch you from AT&T to Comcast."
That's the hustle right there.
And it was a hustle. And at the time, it was called Continental Cablevision, so it was a wholly different company than it is now. So yeah, I didn't always get involved with like broadcast media, but I was kind of like on the outskirts of it for, gosh, it is 30 years already.
Yeah, you always had that pull towards it somehow.
I just can't believe how time flies. It's going to be 30 years that I've been doing it. But again, not behind the mic. It's always been other stuff. So
different elements.
Lots of different elements. Yeah. Like I said, some sales, IT. I was a hotel AV technician with 2 companies, and then I was also at 2 colleges where I ran like this. They had a similar setup to this because it was live, but it was the old-fashioned way with not internet related. It was going over like a cable signal, like the actual microwave, and then it would come down like it was closed circuit. I think they called it closed circuit TV. But I would run that broadcast, and that was like, I don't know. How old was I? In my mid-20s when I was doing that. So again, sort of always been in this industry, but not directly involved with broadcasting, like radio, podcasting.
Okay.
But I love it. I cannot say that I didn't always kind of want to do it and didn't realize it, because I love doing it. My favorite radio station when I was a kid was called Z107.
Okay.
And I think it's still around out in Northwest Indiana. They moved because they used to be in our hometown, because that's what we'd listen to for all the cool 80s music that was coming out. Like, at the time it was pop, it was current. Now it's like oldies or whatever. But so we'd listen to that and get all the reports. You know, we get all like the snow, how much snow we had. We had fog delays out in the country. I don't know if you have those out here. We had fog delays.
Sometimes I've experienced one.
For school though, not just like for people at work probably make it, but for school they would delay. But anyway, that was the station that we were listening to, and I loved it. And that also kind of spurred an interest in this business. But back then, like I said, I was still kind of wanting to be a politician, so I wasn't sure yet.
Okay.
I figured I'd do a debate or something, you know, on the radio, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my background.
That.
And how did I meet you guys? That was actually kind of a weird circumstance. The guy that produces the show that I'm doing now knew somebody who talked to you and saw your stuff online.
Okay, wow.
So yeah, so it's not like we knew each other before this.
Just got connected through people who we both know.
Isn't that something? How
networking power.
Don't get anybody mad at you. That's the advice I give you. I'll tell you. And I'm sure there are people that are mad at me, but I think some of them are dead, so we're good.
Yeah. Okay.
No current people that are mad at me right now. So,
that's funny.
But yeah, so that was my background, and here we are.
I like that. Had a lot to say. I felt a lot of passion, and even when we were outside, like setting up the equipment, like you knew exactly what all the wires were called, and you knew where to put what.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just looking at you like, dude, he's a wizard.
Well, I'll tell you what. One of our other artists, he really knows his stuff. He was helping me because I couldn't remember some of the inputs. He was like, "Yeah, no, we'll use this one." I'm like, "All right, Shap, you the man. You go ahead. You can run the mixer. I'll just do the mic, right?" But definitely been doing the techie thing forever, like I said. So this is it's a newer mixer. I didn't read the manual completely, so you can kind of figure it out. Like there's some inputs on it, but yeah, between him and I think we got this down. I don't think we're having any sound issues.
Did a really good job.
Yeah, we're gonna do a sound check like a couple hours before again. Another one, right?
Another one.
So we'll be good. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah. I was actually going back to the topic of radio. Like, what would you say that industry, that community is like based on people you've met through your overall experience?
I can tell you that, like, and I just briefly touched on it a minute ago, it's don't upset people. Especially the guys who are your coworker. You know, one day he's helping you with the tech and the next day he's running the station. So I can say that it definitely is, people joke about it, but it definitely is who you know. There is a lot of experience you need to have, but if you have some ins at a station, for radio specifically, go for it, because even if he's just like the guy who does the audio tracking, they call him trafficking department, and like keeps track of the clips, advertising, all that, even if you're just that, you want to network with those guys because that'll get you places. So what I can say is, it's like a big one. I don't know about happy. I think we're more like all disgruntled, but a big family. Especially in Chicago. Chicago, like everybody knows everybody.
Yeah.
In fact, it's weird. Another influence, not more recent time, than like 20 years, was a gentleman by the name of Kevin Matthews, who was actually, my family business was in construction, not broadcast media, and we were going to work with him on working on his house. I mean, you talk about a small world. And I was like stalking him when I was a kid. I loved the guy.
Yeah.
I mean, he was like the thing. Because back when I was growing up, that was like a big deal in Chicago. The Loop, the Loop, AM and FM? No, you probably don't. People are in their like under 30 probably don't. But anyway, it was a big deal. So knowing these guys, and that was another thing that influenced me. But that's related to what I'm saying. Don't upset the people, because man, they're going to be running the place, and you're going to be maybe out of a job if they don't forget. I do know that. Hopefully they'll forgive you, but they won't forget.
Yeah,
I can definitely say that. So a small knit community for sure. Even in a big city like Chicago.
I agree. Yeah, my father told me that when it comes to relationships, whether it's friendships or business or intimate, you always want to have the bridge available. You never want to completely close the door and burn bridges, because exactly what you were saying, you never know. Of course, you might need some help, and someone has good respect towards you, and they'll throw you a bone, so to speak. Even
if it was the guy cleaning the floor, you never know. Because he's cleaning the floor, but he's also secretly related to somebody who's running the joint. So you really, I mean, I hope that people don't have a lot of things to say bad about me. I don't think so, except maybe I'm late. But you guys even experienced that. But that wasn't my fault. We did a sound check for people to know, and I was coming from Indy, where I used to live, actually, out that way, and the traffic was nuts, because is it okay to say where we are? We're near Joliet right now, right? Sure. So normally it'd take about 30 to 40 minutes. It was like 2 hours. So if anything, you're going to say, yeah, he doesn't make it on time sometimes. But you can't do that with radio. You got to be the 6.
Gotta be on point.
My old teacher used to say the 6 o'clock news does not start at 6:05. There you go. So if anybody wants some good advice about this, it's related to what we're talking about. Like I said, be friends with everybody, and don't burn those bridges. And the 6 o'clock news doesn't start at 6:05, so be on time.
Yes.
Today I was early. In fact, I was here before 6. So
I applaud.
You're
Yay.
welcome. I didn't want to be late for the show. Maybe the sound check was okay.
No, you were there though, cause Shrek, he has a famous saying, and his saying is "better late than never."
Yeah, Shrek.
Yup.
My dad loves Shrek. I don't know. He loves those movies. That's funny you brought up Shrek.
Yeah, Shrek. He's a very cultural icon.
Very big cultural icon. The green ogre.
Yes.
I think that's what he is. The green ogre.
Yup, you're correct. There you go.
I like the donkey. The donkey's my favorite part of that movie. Which is, I think, is that Eddie Murphy, right?
Eddie Murphy, yup.
You know they're making another one.
5th one, I believe.
I think it's 5, yeah.
Yup, but they keep on redoing it because apparently the audience already guessed what the plot was gonna be.
Well, here's what it is. In this world of social media, it seems like you can't keep secrets, even studios.
Yup.
Somebody's got to try to get ahead on their little video, like they're doing a podcast, and they want to have fans, and they want to get views, so they'll leak something like that purposely. So I could see how Shrek could be being redone, but also I think, isn't it because they're adding new characters or something? That's what I heard, that there's like a whole new family, like that they're bringing in. I don't know if the donkey had family or whatever, but yeah, that's what I heard. And I don't know, who's the king and the queen then?
Yeah, so I think the current king is King Arthur, and he's related to the royal family that belongs to Fiona.
Oh, gotcha.
Because originally it was her parents, but I think they both.
Who was the mean guy? Lord Farquaad or whatever. Farquaad, whatever.
Farquaad, yup. He was in the first Shrek, but he's not in the more serious one, recent one.
It's funny we brought up Shrek again.
Yeah.
Like that's like my dad's favorite stuff. Those movies. I guess it's not the cartoonish part of it. It's the humor, the lines. You know what they're saying is all the inside jokes. I believe that we mentioned earlier. I love the Three Stooges. In terms of comedy influence, Laurel and Hardy, Marx Brothers, but the biggest one for me is the Three Stooges.
Okay.
They had all kinds of inside jokes that if you're a kid, you know what they were saying. Like in the 1950s, they brought back all the old movies and put them on TV, but I guarantee us as kids, we just liked them whacking each other around. We didn't necessarily understand all the jokes, you know.
Or the story or nothing like that.
And when I see a lot of these modern comedies, like Shrek, for instance, I feel like it all relates back to the Three Stooges, or really, honestly, the vaudeville days of comedy with all those skits. Even the Three Stooges stole some of their stuff from other acts that were in vaudeville. So for people that are older than 25, you know what vaudeville is, but I'll just say it real quick. It was basically a big theater that I believe was outside of New York City, like outside of Brooklyn, wherever it was. But then they had theaters in every large city, like Chicago suburb had a vaudeville theater. Somewhere outside LA had them, you know, and they were almost like secret.
Ooh.
But in New York it was huge, and that was where a lot of people got their start as actors, comedians, whatever, musicians even. So that's what vaudeville was. But yeah, I mean, Shrek is hilarious that we brought that up.
Yeah, I know there's some WWE wrestlers. They don't wrestle anymore, but they wrestled in the past. And their whole gimmick, they were even called the vaudeville villains.
Oh, I don't remember them guys.
Yeah, and they would come out and they'd have like the twirly mustache. And
of course. Oh, that was one thing about vaudeville. They had a look, like they had the guy with the big top hat that was supposed to be the villain. And yes, he had the curly mustache. Yep. Yes, and they would fight like well, actually, I guess everybody used to fight. That was like a boxing style back in the day. But yep, exactly.
Yeah.
So you do know what the vaudeville thing is.
It's kind of like, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like that era of TV where there was no voice sounds. It was just a lot of black and white sound effects.
Oh yeah, well that was even before TV. That was like silent film eras. Yeah.
Okay,
Well, it was right around that time. Actually, maybe even a little before that, because I think vaudeville theaters opened in the late 1800s. From what I remember, I'm not an expert on vaudeville, but I just know the acts that came out of there. Like I said, the Three Stooges. I don't know if Laurel and Hardy ever went to vaudeville, but so many other comedians. I believe Buster Keaton, if you know who that is, he hangs on the clock. Oh no, that's Harold Lloyd. But Buster Keaton ran from the trains, and you'd see him jump on the train and all those crazy stunts.
Oh, wow.
But a lot of those guys went through the vaudeville circuit, they called it. I really don't know what you would compare that to today. I guess comedy clubs, like small little venues.
Local
and you
ones.
start at the little ones, and then you get to the big theaters and the big, like, United Center or something.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah. Would you ever dive a little bit into comedy and doing shows like that, telling jokes?
You know, everybody always told me, you really don't have a good comic sense of timing, but if I like the Three Stooges, I probably have a pretty good sense of timing for comic style and sense of timing. But my friend that's probably watching right now, he'll say, "Oh no, I'm funnier than you are." So everybody's always like, "You could be the straight man," meaning the guy that kind of keeps the jokester in line. Like here's a perfect example: Laurel and Hardy, Abbott and Costello. Great. We probably don't know a lot of these guys.
No.
Maybe the audience will. Burns and Allen. They were on. They were one of the first people that have a TV show. Husband and wife, actually. George Burns, the guy with the cigar. You remember him? He was in the movie called "Oh God, You Devil."
Yeah. I don't want to say yes because I don't know.
All right. He died at like 100. Anyway, a lot of those people had what they called the straight man. So the one person, or in the case of the Three Stooges, two of them would do all the goofy stunts, and the one main guy was the one that kind of kept them in line, kept them straight, hence the straight man, and that's what I call myself. I'm the guy that kind of keeps everybody in line.
Okay.
I mean, if you watch our videos, I've got Libby on the show with me. I'm definitely keeping her in line. She's always got some crazy comment out of nowhere.
Yeah.
She won't even talk, and then all of a sudden she'll just say, "I hate Trump" or something. It's like, whoa, Libby, relax. So that's kind of what it's like, being the straight man. So the answer is, I think I have a good sense of timing, but I don't know if everybody else does.
Yeah.
So
it's like a certain niche of comedy.
So maybe they can comment on the in the comments on your show what they think. Oh, that guy's an idiot, or oh yeah, he's funny.
Yeah. We support positive comments here.
Yeah. No
safe space.
No saying that we're right. No calling us. Don't throw the apples and whatever else tomatoes. They threw tomatoes on the stage.
Yeah.
That was another vaudeville thing. A reference to vaudeville. If they wanted an act to leave the stage, they would throw stuff on the stage at them, and a lot of times they'd throw tomatoes. Why tomatoes? I have no idea, except maybe that because they squish and they make a bunch of big red gooey crap all over. So anyway.
Yeah, or they had the one like crane, like not crane, but
the big huge like hook.
Yeah,
I don't have it. I used to have a little thing on my phone like that. Yeah, and you pull them off the stage, right?
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know if that came from vaudeville. I think that's way older. That's from circuses. I think. So that was another place before a vaudeville stage. You had the Barnum and Bailey's and all the other circuses. So there was another place to hone your craft, but I never worked with them. I know my friend did travel with them. My friend Brian traveled around with the circus at one point. Now, he was a vendor. He wasn't in the show.
Okay. But still, just being that close and seeing it.
He was doing one of the games. So that was his deal. But, I mean, just there's so much that's in comedy. I mean, think of like I said straight man again, like a guy like Stephen Wright. He's just real subtle. He makes all these crazy one-line jokes, but then delivers it just like this, and he's very monotone, and you wouldn't think he's funny, but then if you listen to what he says and then he pauses, then you listen again, you're like, that guy's freaking hilarious. But he doesn't have like a mannerism that makes him look like he's goofy or comical. He does kind of have a look though. He's got like real long hair, but he's losing it on the top, so he kind of made that his like look to kind of go with the comic
Embraced
stuff.
It.
So yeah, that's what I can say about me with comic timing.
Okay, cycling back to radio, because that's like your main bread and butter. I feel like that whole world.
It's supposed to be.
Do you have any notable accomplishments that you're proud of that you don't get to talk about often?
It's funny. I don't really talk about myself that much anywhere. This is
Today
great that we're doing this awesome interview with Whisper the Cocotte / Hector. This is great. I'm glad to be here. I've had some really cool guests on. I must say that just being able to mingle with like world-renowned famous people, celebrities, and politicians has been one cool accomplishment. And I don't know if he's going to like this because I keep mentioning him on shows that, oh, by the way, I had Tom Dreesen on. And again, you may not know who that is because he was the opening act and a comedy guy who opened for Frank Sinatra and toured with Frank Sinatra for years.
Okay, I know who that is.
You know who Frank Sinatra is. Please tell me you know who Frank Sinatra is.
I know who that is.
Of course you do. But anyway, so that was really cool to finally have him on a broadcast, and it took me all the way up until a year and a half ago to do it. Again, I told you I've been doing this since the 90s, 90s, and here we are. And I think the main reason I was able to get him on is because he's like a friend of the family, and I never even really knew the background there of how we knew him, right? So anyway, but he did comedy. He did lots of charity events. He would do a little bit of singing in his act, again, opening for Frank Sinatra. But he also was with a show, and you probably don't know this one either, WKRP in Cincinnati.
Nope.
Okay, that was a TV show on in the 80s. You're
onto a lot of stuff right now.
Yeah, well, they came on in the 80s, and it was like exactly what radio broadcasting is like. I mean, everything they did was exactly what it's like at a radio station. And the guy that was on there, a black gentleman by the name of Venus Flytrap, on the show, his name was Venus Flytrap, used to tour with Tom Dreesen. So I'm working on trying to get him on now, the second part of that act. But yeah, Tom Dreesen being on. I don't think I've won any awards. I don't think so. I've had, accolades for being like the most popular cable access show. I guess that could be one thing I could throw out there.
Good job.
But just the fact that I've been able to meet these people has been pretty darn cool. So I guess I'll just say that's what my accomplishment is, that's happening, and it'll keep happening. I'm not done.
Yep.
Now I'm doing these little short clips, like the reels and the shorts and the TikTok.
Yep.
I'm gonna have some guests on for that too. In fact, I want you to come on one.
Yes, sir.
So there you go. I might take it from this and use some of the clips.
Do it.
So, but yeah, I mean, in terms of like winning like actual awards for being a radio broadcaster, I've never been put in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Nothing like that. I wish.
Yeah, I feel like the most important accomplishments are the ones you hold inside, not just some external thing.
I mean, the fact that I've been able to do this in one of the largest markets in the country, maybe even the world, I think that's an accomplishment in and of itself. I mean, I've been on the air in the Chicago market, very competitive. Like I said, it's who you know. I'm lucky to have done it, and I had to get backed with a sponsor. I wasn't directly even hired by a radio station in every scenario. Sometimes I was, but there's been that where I've had to like put money behind it. So, but it's still market number 3. So I guess that's an accomplishment right there. I don't really think of it as it, but there's a lot of people in radio, media broadcasting, doing podcasts, doing radio that are in like Kansas City, for instance, big city, but nothing like Chicago. So. My next thing would be to go and when Howard Stern retires, I become the serious guy. How about that?
Yep.
That would be anybody probably dreaming being a broadcaster to do that. Because he really, he's kind of did it on his own, called himself the king of all media. But honestly, he's done everything. He's done local cable, done national shows, he's done movies, obviously national radio, now Sirius. The guy's done everything.
Yeah.
And he's been around a lot longer than 25, 30 years.
Yep.
More like 50.
Yep.
So there you go.
A lot of skin in the game.
So, but yeah, so I guess that, is an accomplishment to be here in Chicago. So I'm thankful for it. Knock on wood, we're going to stay here.
Yes.
I'm not booted.
Yep. You just got to keep trying every day.
I've got these affiliates now for radio. Terrestrial, over-the-air radio, not just the podcast. And that's actually in LA and Atlanta, but it's different because I'm on in the middle of the night and I'm not there. Even though LA is bigger than Chicago, Chicago's like a really, like I said, a small family, and it's like kind of like the Midwest hub, so everybody knows what's going on in Chicago. At least it seems like it to me. So anyway.
Yeah. Cool. Going back to your whole radio journey, you mentioned you had a variety of special guests and connections you've come across. One particular one that I want to pick your mind about is someone who we mutually both know, and his name is Sativa Reyes.
Oh, you Sativa, yeah.
And we've had him on the podcast before. But like, how did you and him cross paths? What's your relationship like? Yeah,
it's very similar to how I met you, and I guess you and Sativa are doing like, what do they call it? Collabing, I guess. You're on albums together, right?
Songs, yes.
So, but yeah, I met Sativa through Joe Brunker. Shout out to Joe Brunker. He was our producer for a while, and he moved to north of Atlanta in Georgia, like northeast Georgia. But he knew Sativa somehow. I'm not really sure how. And then, when he said, I've got this local musician that's kind of trying to get his, the word out and really try to blow himself up, but he's pretty good. And that's how it happened. I'm like, yeah, let's have him on. Because one thing I like to do on the show is have new talent that maybe not everybody knows about. Yeah, I had the celebrities, but I like the local guys too. So that's how it happened.
Yeah.
I agreed to have him on, and he was a great guest. He even got me some other guests, Sativa himself.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm happy that he's come on, and now we're doing this show together.
Yep.
So
you, me, Sativa, Kenneth, and a bunch of other people.
Yeah, but again, I didn't know either of you guys outside of radio.
Mm-hmm.
So it just happened, which is cool. I'm glad we were introduced because there's a lot of things that we're gonna be doing together. So
yeah,
including this one that's coming up. Mm-hmm. I don't know when the podcast will come out, but we're doing a bash in October.
We'll talk about it a little more. Yep.
Okay.
Yes, but yeah.
So I didn't really know him at all before. Mm-hmm. I knew of you because I saw you putting like, I don't know, maybe they were sponsored posts, but you were coming up a lot on my feed on social media, on Instagram and Facebook.
Oh, nice.
I'm like, wow, this guy's got some good music too. So there you go.
It's all about putting yourself out there, putting yourself on the timeline, and
it worked. It got my attention, or at least Joe Brunker is his name.
Yep.
So there you go.
Even if people scroll past it, like they still looked at it for a second, maybe took a mental note of the name.
They did.
It keeps on popping up.
And then you came on, and then you actually were on a show. So now we got that whole thing too.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But yeah, Sativa was just kind of a random. Joe knew him, Joe Brunker.
Yes, there we go. And yeah, I feel like in this Halloween party that we're about to do, Sativa, he kind of orchestrated it. Like, he was the one who put us all in the same group chat. Hey, I have this idea, and then we all just started like contributing what we have to make it happen.
Yeah, it's kind of wild how this came together. It wasn't like we had a plan. It just kind of happened. Like you said, the group chat. It wasn't like you've been planning this thing for hundreds of years, right? It was kind of a random, like, hey, let's do a show, right?
Yep.
But that's you know what it was? Sativa and I had talked about it when not long after he came on the show that I was doing in the podcast. Now I'm on radio and podcast. But anyway, and we talked about we should do something. We should have a venue because I wanted to host a show of a bunch of acts, and here we are.
Yep.
So I'll be the MC, but it isn't my show, people. This is, if anything, this is Whisper's show and Sativa's show.
Mm-hmm. But you are helping a lot.
I'm happy to help.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like this could give you experience. That way, when you do throw your own shows sponsored by you and your brand, it's like you already know what to do.
Yeah, honestly, I've done public appearances where I've been there for the radio station, but not for MarioJBell and Bell and Company radio show. No. So that's what ultimately I want to do. In fact, it's still in development, but I think I'm going to have a venue for us real soon within the next couple of months.
Nice.
And guess where it's near? I can at least say that.
Okay, where?
The new Bears Stadium.
Oh, wow.
Chicago Bears. That's going to bring a lot of people.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of people walking by and
stuff. That's all. No, driving by, because I guess you drive right past the place I'm talking about. But that's all I can say. So that's all you heard. So maybe when people watch this in a year, then by then it'll have happened.
Yep.
But for now, but anyway, that's what I'm looking at. That we'll all be able to go have a core, just go there, have shows at this cafe.
Yes. Yeah, that's the vision. It starts as one little backyard party, but then venues and money comes in, and it's a ball that's rolling and rolling.
Exactly.
And,
I think if we
experience more confidence.
I think if we live stream it, we'll get a lot of people. So we got to work on that. Who's working on that? Somebody's got to work on that. We're gonna live stream the show. But I mean, again, it's networking there too. Telling all your friends or telling their friends who know the bars that can have us in, or tell their friends. I mean, everybody networking together. That's what the whole thing of social media is supposed to be. To find common, ground on things and come together.
Yes.
Now it seems like as of late it pushing us apart, but I think at some point that'll all calm down. I hope so.
Yeah, there's always a polarity, a yin-yang balance. When it's good, it's gonna get bad. When it's bad, it's gonna get good.
I think it's just what they want to focus on. I don't know. It's like I feel like the social media platform push it on us. Like, they'll share something that you make sure you see that guy who you might hate, but you know what? You need to talk to that guy. I'm like, damn, how do they figure this out?
Yeah.
Same thing with ads. How do they figure out what ads we want? Isn't that crazy how that happens?
Yo, how the phone listens and I'm in the mood for a spa, and then all of a sudden it gives you a spa ad.
And it really does. Like I was talking about Wendy's with Libby on the phone, and what comes up on the phone? What do you think?
Wendy's.
A coupon for something like 2 for 1 or whatever it was. I'm like, that is just amazing and very creepy at the same time.
Yeah.
But there's your technology. I mean, look at what we're doing. I mean, 20 years ago, this probably wouldn't be happening. You'd be in a production studio and be spending a lot of money on equipment, like radio and TV studios. You know, you wouldn't be doing this on your own.
Yeah.
So it's amazing how technology influences how we advance and what we do. You know.
Yeah, I feel like it gives you an independence as well.
Oh, it is. I mean, think of all the people that are doing shows and getting traction from it. Started talking about maybe a viral video or a podcast or whatever it was. It came from YouTube and social media, TikTok, you know. And I get confused on that. People tell me that YouTube, like Vimeo, YouTube, all the video ones are not considered social media, but how... You still share stuff. So anyway.
Yeah, I would consider it social media.
I do.
People leave comments. You know, you're seeing other people's social lives. And
again,
it's entertainment. It
isn't me that's talking about this. There's like standards or rules, I guess, that TikTok, Facebook, Instagram are one kind of social media. Then you've got like the video channels that are another. I'm like, whatever. It's all the same to me. But my point is, it's just amazing how we can come together. So look what we're doing. Here we are. We're coming together right here. This will be on all the platforms at some point, right? So
I gotta call my dog out. Kyrie!
What happened?
She's over there grumbling and making slobber noises and stuff. She knows we're recording.
I thought she was trying to lick you or something.
No.
Scraping, trying to pee on the leg or something.
No.
You know, I actually had a dog do that.
Pee on your leg?
Pee, not on my leg, but on the chair. It's like,
oh, gosh.
Oh, boy. This was the neighbor's dog.
Not a good odor.
Not my dog. No, my dog was trained. They would never... We used to hunt, so...
You have a dog?
I had several, mostly Labrador Retrievers, but when I was like 1, we had Dalmatians and like some other kind of, I guess, a mutt, for lack of a better term, but it looked kind of like a lab.
Okay.
And that's all I remember. I was like 1 or 2, and they died. But Dalmatians are a really cool dog. I can see why the fire departments had them as a mascot. I don't know if they did anything to help with the fire, but they are just so friendly to people. You know, and I think labs can be too, but they can have their mean side, labs.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm, you know, a dog lover myself.
Okay. Never had any other types of pets, just dogs?
I have not.
Oh, wow.
I mean, not even a fish bowl or anything like that. I mean, we used to play with snakes, but we just chopped their heads off. So
oh, my gosh.
I guess they weren't our pet, were they?
Yeah.
You know, when I was a little kid, too, I think my mom and dad tell me this, and there's, like, pictures I've only seen a few times. We had a horse. I'm like, really? Because where I lived in Indiana was pretty rural. We had a lot of room on our land, and we had a pool and everything. But anyway, this was before we had the pool, but yeah. I guess we had a pony. I'm like, how did we have a pony? You know? But yeah, that was a long... I mean, I was like 1 or 2. Same thing with the dogs. But yeah.
Yeah, pets.
The dogs can be fun and they can be distracting.
Yeah, for sure. Pets, you know, they view us as the most important thing in their lives, and I feel like sometimes as humans, because we have so much priorities and responsibility, they kind of are like a side priority, when on their end we're like their whole world.
We're their whole world. You know, you think about that. We're like, we make it happen. It's unless they're out on the street and we make them astray, we are it for them. We even provide the nourishment.
Yep. The food, the
water. You know,
they can't do it themselves.
The dog treats. I mean, they can break into it maybe, but the truth is, unless they're out there scavenging and killing wild animals, they need us.
Yep.
But I like dogs a lot. I have no problem with dogs. Cats,
Yeah.
This is gonna make a controversy right here. This will be the clip that everybody. I'm not a big fan of cats. I never was. They just, I don't know. They scare me.
Really.
And they have like them sharp little claws. Even when you declaw them, they're still there. I don't care what anybody says. I've been scratched pretty good by cats before. Yeah. So I've never been a big fan of cats. But everybody I know has cats.
Yeah.
Do you have cats?
No.
Oh, you don't have... Okay, you and I don't. All right.
Yeah, I have dogs and birds.
Birds, yeah. My girlfriend had a bird, had a parrot.
Oh, really?
A long time ago, yeah. But they're fun. They can talk.
Yeah, I heard.
They certain I forget which one is, certain kinds of parrot, you can teach them the language, which is really creepy when they start repeating you swearing or something. But anyway.
Cool. So I want to talk more a little bit about the Halloween party Have you experienced something like this before, where you're like kind of being the host, the sound guy of a party?
Not like this backyard deal, but at clubs, absolutely at clubs.
Okay.
I mean, that was another thing I didn't mention. One of the other ways I made money was actually at one point I was at a gentleman's club. We won't talk about that. It was kind of interesting, but anyway, I did that briefly. But I was a DJ, an actual club DJ.
Okay.
Had all the sound equipment, the mixers and the turntables that I'd scratch just like everybody else. I didn't do it as much as a lot of other DJs, but I would sometimes. But yeah, I did a lot of clubs, and I did events, and where I was like, I mean, I didn't necessarily make the event, but I was in charge of like keeping the crowd together and making sure everybody knew what was up, making the announcements, playing the music.
Okay.
So I kind of like this backyard bash, I guess.
Not your first rodeo.
I guess it's not, but sort of, because I've never had to do like a little private party one. This is almost like we're not at a bar, you know. We're at somebody's, backyard. Again, it's called the
Backyard Monster Mash.
The Backyard Monster Mash. There we go. I want to make sure I got it right.
Yes, sir.
So it'll be fun. I'm not nervous about it. I can handle getting the crowd hyped up, and then, like you said, we're having Catherine. She's going to read some poetry, so that's an interesting dynamic to add into the mix. And then I guess we'll be playing some funny music or whatever we're going to do in between. But she's going to be reading that stuff. I don't know if she's going to do it right at the beginning or throughout the whole show, but that's an interesting addition.
Yeah, it'll definitely add the spooky vibes that we're looking for.
And I definitely have been helping with promoting it. I know we're getting billboards, like digital billboards. I think we just did.
Yeah.
So by the time this comes out, we've already had billboards up. In
the Plainfield area, the Crest Hill area, and in the Joliet area. So if you're driving, you might see a Backyard Monster Mash billboard.
It was us.
Yes.
Because by the time this airs, we've already done the show, maybe.
Well, I feel like this will come out before the show. Hopefully.
Right before the show?
To hype it up.
Okay, good. So we'll go look at the billboards.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, I want to say one more thing about the party, and then we move on to another topic. What's the thing you're most excited for?
For the show? Seeing how many people we get.
Okay.
I mean, I work good with a crowd.
Okay,
I mean, I guess I could work with 10 people, but I hope we get 70 people or whatever you're mad. You had because, again, the venue, we've got limited space, unless they want to jump in the pond, literally, jump in the lake. But, yeah, I mean, I love working with a crowd, talking with them, getting them hyped up. But again, I can do it with 10 people, I can do it with 100 people.
Yeah.
I was a DJ at a club, so I'm looking forward to the interaction. I like the fact that we're having some artists that maybe not everybody, we're not all Justin Bieber over here. I don't know why that came, or Doja Cat. I'm just trying to think of some recent artists that are big. But it's, again, I like introducing the local stuff. So, you're going to blow up in the Midwest now after we do the event. So that's what I like.
Oh yeah.
Plus I like being a ham of being the DJ. I'm the guy kind of helping run the show.
Yo, I feel like it comes with a certain badge of respect.
Being the DJ, MC?
The MC. Has that ever gotten you?
I get no respect. Rodney Dangerfield to say.
Being a DJ and you being in that lifestyle, do you feel like you do well with the ladies? Like they look at you more so often? Like, ooh, he's a DJ.
Look at me.
Yeah.
Look at you and look at me. You definitely have a good look to you. I've got the face for radio, as they say.
Okay.
But obviously they come up and make requests. Being on the radio, they're calling with the topics, and they kind of become. I just had one, although it was not a lady. It was a guy wanting to talk about conspiracy theory stuff.
Oh wow!
But he was calling the show all the time. So yes, I have had experience with audience members becoming friends. But you gotta be careful because they could become more than a friend, more like a stalker if you're not careful. So you got to be meet in a public place when you first meet them. But at the venue like this, sure, I'll be interacting with the crowd, no problem. I love it.
Mingling, socializing,
and getting do I need phone numbers and stuff? No, girls, I'm good. I do have a girlfriend. So
yes,
I'm good.
He's locked down.
I could just admire your beauty. How's that? But
that's a nice way to put it.
I do interact pretty well with the crowd, women and men. But sure, I think the ladies like my voice.
Yeah.
Maybe not me as a person, but the voice.
They're like, if
what
I
they're
just
hearing.
close my eyes and just listen.
Yeah, like this. See no evil kind of thing. But yeah, when I was younger, obviously I met girls at the clubs. Duh. I mean, that was like the thing. Even when I wasn't a DJ, I would be hanging around with my buddies who were. Actually, my cousin was a DJ at a really popular club on the south side of Chicago called BG Fellows, and then also Jubilation. So there were 2 clubs he was a DJ at, and we were constantly meeting people there. I mean, it was insane how big of a scene those 2 clubs were. But again, this was before you had all these other options and there was no social media. So people went out, and that's all we had. So it was kind of a big deal where now maybe a club, you have a couple hundred people, you're happy. Back then, you're people standing outside, But yeah, I have no problem interacting with the crowd.
Yeah, there you go.
Especially the ladies.
Yep. There you go.
Like, are they going to be throwing their underwear on stage like with the singer?
Hopefully
Tom,
not.
what's that guy's name now? Shoot, I just said it and I forget. He was like around when Elvis Presley was singing.
You said Tom something?
Tom, I forget his last name now.
No idea.
Anyway, he's really well. Tom Jones, thank you very much.
Okay.
So, ladies used to throw underwear at him. I don't know how that got started.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's an experience.
Yeah.
I don't know how I would take that.
I haven't had that.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's why I brought it up. I'm not Tom Jones. That's why I brought it up.
That's funny. Okay. I want to talk about your taste in like movies, TV shows. Like, what do you do to entertain yourself when you're not doing the radio stuff? And
I do like going to clubs, but my big thing is, and Sativa knows about this, 'cause he's gone with me now. I'm a gambler.
Okay.
Unfortunately, that could be a bad thing sometimes, but I know better.
Yep.
I know to lose $50 and walk out. A lot of people will keep going. Get another 50. Get another 50. Oh, I'm good still. I'll get 5 more 50s until they've spent $1,000 and they're wondering why they can't feed their family. I've never been that bad. In fact, I was a professional poker player in Las Vegas for 3 years, and I did get in the World Series of Poker. Didn't make it anywhere. I got to like the second round, because it starts out with like I think 50 tables or something. It was a huge amount of people. So I made it through a couple rounds, but nowhere near the end. But a good friend of mine who is in radio broadcasting, Ben, he won a World Series of Poker. He won a bracelet, but I think it was like 4th place or something. So, but it was a big deal, World Series of Poker. So I like gambling, but my latest thing is playing this slot machine called Win 1000.
Okay.
Because the deal is, it's like Wheel of Fortune, and you could, as soon as you get the wheel to spin, it's a regular slot machine with like the 3 things, like you get 3 in a row, like 3 quarters or whatever the symbols are, and then if you hit the little symbol that says the wheel, you get to spin. And you win that amount of money. Okay. So I really like that one, but it really is a slot machine. So yeah, I do a lot of gambling like that way. I wouldn't call it real gambling. But anyway, so that is one thing. And I love to swim. I know it sounds like a weird connection. Okay, he's a broadcast media guy. Why swimming? It's always been, we had a pool when I was a kid, and I've always enjoyed being at the club, the gym, swimming. So that's my big thing. Yeah, it's good. So exercise. Gambling and swimming and then radio, I guess. Yep. But movies, I love movies. I don't care what they are. I'll go watch a movie. I like the experience. I mean, it's great to have a theater in your home. That is nice, especially when it's like bad weather. Yep. But for some reason, I'm still old school, I guess, that I like the experience. Where there's like a bunch of people reacting at the same time. You got the big screen with the stereo behind you. I mean, they've really gone all out with that IMAX thing now. It's like digital, but it's huge. The screen and the audio is really loud and clear. Yup. So, and they even have the seats. I think they're called D-Box, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's a new one. Move around. You move. Yeah, like a mini roller coaster. Like if it's like an action scene where like they're in a car and they're tipping over the car, the seat moves like this way or that way. I'm like, that's pretty awesome. But I've only done that a couple times because usually those are sold out. They only have like a certain amount of seats in a theater for that, which is weird. I don't know why they're gonna have a D-Box theater. Why don't they have all the seats? But whatever. They want that VIP extra payment loop. I'm thinking it costs a lot of money to redo the whole theater, but whatever. It could be a VIP angle. But yeah, I love movies. Yes. Do you have a favorite movie of all time? Oh, favorite movie of all time? Yeah, or if that's too hard, a top 3. I mean, I have, I was just going to say I have several. I'm a big, I mentioned the Three Stooges, but their movies were like in the 50s. But they had a good one called The Outlaws Is Coming, and that is one of my favorites. And it's got Batman from the TV show in it. Okay. It's before he was Batman. Anyway, Adam West is in it. So I really like that movie. And there's another one called It's a Mad, Mad, Mad World, or It's a Mad World, whatever they shorten it to. And that's got all of the celebrities in comedy at the time, from like the mid-1960s. And it actually has the Three Stooges, so I really like that movie. So that's 2 right there. I like all of the Star Trek movies.
Oh, nice.
Even The Next Generation. Although I'm more into Captain Kirk and the original series movies.
Yeah.
The first 6, and then the Generations one, so 7. So I like all of those movies, so that's more than 3 right there. And then another big one that I always tell people I love is My Blue Heaven and Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Okay.
So what is that, like 5, I guess, or my
top 5.
But if you count all the Star Trek, it's more like a top, 12? But
yeah, all of them together.
But that's a pretty big range, isn't it? But yeah, Trek. All of those movies, and I'll watch those over and over and over again. I couldn't tell you how many times I've seen Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Yeah.
And there's like 4 different versions of it. There's like a 4-hour version of that movie.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that when I heard that. I'm like, that's like more than the director's cut. That's like they just kept the cameras rolling, and then one day they edited it all together. I'm like, what the hell?
Wow.
It literally is 3 hours long. Like 3.5. But obviously the real movie was only like an hour and 20 minutes. So.
Okay, yeah, nice and condensed.
But definitely one of my favorites. John Candy. How could you not love a John Candy movie?
I don't know who that is.
No, yes you do.
Maybe some of his movies.
Come on. He was, you're killing me.
Yeah.
But if you don't know, that means everybody in your age bracket doesn't know.
Yeah.
So, okay, so he's the big heavyset guy. He was in, The Great Outdoors.
Does
that help?
I'll look him up.
Man, what are all his famous movies? Oh, he's in the movie Stripes. You had to have seen that movie with Bill Murray.
Stripes.
It's about them in the military screwing up everything. He's a cab driver. Okay.
I don't think so.
He doesn't know. All right, so there's Stripes. That's like one of his first movies. You had to have seen the movie with Tom Hanks, Splash, right?
No, I don't think so.
Oh my gosh, you're killing me.
Yeah.
Is everybody in the audience looking at me like, who is this old man? I'm not that old.
We just watch different movies.
I guess.
Yeah.
What are your favorite movies?
My favorite movie of all time is Scarface.
Oh, well, see, I love Scarface. Yeah, but with that, I don't put that on the top because it's like kind of gory.
Yeah.
But, Tony Montana, how could you not love that movie?
Yep.
Actually, I know this is really weird to say. One of my favorite scenes is where they're torturing the guy with the chainsaw.
That's a badass scene.
I mean, that is so bad that they did that. I can't believe they did it. But I'm like drawn to watch that scene because you know what's coming. They're in a bathroom. It's just bizarre. And they were going to do it to Tony Montana.
Yes.
But you see what he did.
He got lucky.
He did.
Yeah.
So anyway, but yeah, that's a wild one. But yeah, that's Scarface is from the same time as all these movies I'm naming. So maybe you just don't like crazy comedies with John Candy. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's mine. That's my top 12, I guess, movies I love.
Do you like anime?
I did. I really haven't gotten into like the more recent stuff, but now it looks so realistic too. It's like, whoa. Have you ever seen the ones that are like adult oriented?
It's like no, but that was my first impression of anime. It's that made me not want to watch it.
It's like, wow, that looks really real. I can't believe they're animated this stuff. Yeah. How did it? Because I guess a computer program now, right? But at some point they were drawing that. I'm like, that's just so weird. So weird. Yep. It's wild that is made like it's like an adult film but with animation.
Yeah, hentai they call it.
Yeah, hentai. There you go. I do like the Mario Brothers stuff. I mean, those are games and cartoons and a live film. Oh yeah, the Mario one was really good, and the Sonic one. Sonic the Hedgehog. I really like those movies. Maybe because Jim Carrey's in it. But I do like those movies. Jim Carrey bias. He's good. He's real good in those movies. Well, there's 3 of them now, I think. Which ones? Of Sonic. Oh yeah, I do believe so. 3. I think they just came out with 3, or they're going to. Did the 3rd one come out already? I don't remember. It did, it has Shadow and Knuckles. So yeah, so I like the, and then I love the old like vintage video game. Oh okay. You're a gamer, right? You like playing on gaming. Twitch, right? What are your favorite games? Oh, recently I've been playing a lot of WWE 2K24. Oh no kid! Wait, they made that into an actual like online game? Yo, and then I've been playing GTA. Of course, GTA, right? Who doesn't? And then Kingdom How far are we into that one now? GTA? Yeah, was this like the 20th version? So they have the Xbox Series X version is the one that I play. That's the most recent for the newer generation consoles. So that would be the 10th one then? If it's X?
Out of all the GTAs?
Yeah.
Oh,
maybe
well, it's labeled
sense.
GTA 5, but there's been like a lot of spin-off ones. So altogether, maybe it's like around 10.
I mean, I thought it looked realistic when they came out the first one. Now it's like amazing. It's like they're standing outside of the screen, you know?
Yep.
So. Yeah,
that game's super good. You can like go in and rob banks and then be in police car chases.
And it looks real.
It looks real. You can go into first person. So
Is Twitch a big thing? A lot of people do it through Twitch. You know, they'll play the game and stream it on Twitch at the same time.
Yep. And then viewers, they could become moderators, and then you can get donations. So
no kidding.
Someone will be watching and be like, "Oh, I love this video. Here's $20."
No kidding. Because they like the way you were playing the game. And what you were commentating about.
Yep. And they like support the journey. You know.
That is awesome.
It's like buying merch.
So it's kind of like YouTube, but for gaming.
Yeah.
Right?
But a lot of people, they do Twitch in real life. So they'll just go and they'll do like vlog style content, go to the mall or whatever, and someone with a camera will be following them. And
they turn Twitch into YouTube, streaming. But live YouTube basically.
Yep.
See, that's the thing. I don't know how big. I think you gotta like get approved to be able to do a live broadcast with YouTube, whereas Twitch is made to broadcast gaming.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that they're becoming. I know people do actual shows like radio shows on there. So I guess what you just said is another addition.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be like the next TikTok. Is that what it's gonna be? You're gonna Twitch live instead of TikTok?
Well, I feel like it's been here even before TikTok, and it has more longevity compared to TikTok. Like YouTube has been around forever, and
well, when you say longevity, you mean like the way you could, the length of the actual segment you can do, or just the time it's been around?
Both of them, because I feel like on YouTube you could post videos that are like hours long, but then on TikTok they really suggest couple seconds, a minute. I know you can go up to like 10 minutes at most.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, but not really like super long videos. And then just like stay power, like.
Wait, on YouTube I know you can do full hours because we do it.
Yep. YouTube does a lot of that.
The station I work with has a YouTube account, obviously, because how else would I be on there live, right?
Yeah.
But okay, so that's interesting. I don't know that much about Twitch. I know we used it in radio. I was at another station. I was at a pretty big station, WLS in Chicago. World's largest store is what it stood for back in the day. But I don't remember why we were using Twitch, but we were using Twitch. We were on Twitch. I don't think we're on YouTube, but I believe it was Twitch, Facebook, and StreamYard. You know about that one?
No, StreamYard. No.
It's called StreamYard, and that one's like YouTube too, but you got to invite people to it. It's more of like a private YouTube.
Oh, gotcha.
And kind of like Twitch.
Similar to Patreon, I think.
I don't know if Patreon, if you broadcast on there. I don't know that much about Patreon. I know you can raise money on it.
Yep. I recently posted my first video on Patreon.
Oh, so okay, so now it's become.
It's like you
where can't you put stuff now? Is that considered social media?
Yes, because
it is.
You could build like your community of followers.
Wow.
And then they could pay like $3 a month to subscribe to your exclusive content.
You do realize that started out as like a donation site, right?
Yep. But people just made it their jobs now.
That was a big one. There was there was all those other ones that were like they call it community, or what do they call it? Group. What do they call it? Group funding? What is it called?
I'm not sure, but I think I get the idea. Like everyone coming together to support one goal financially.
Yeah, well, no, you can like get a project made. There's all kinds of them. I'm drawing a blank right now. What they call that? We're
GoFundMe?
like a GoFundMe.
Okay, she knows the terms.
Their producer knows what we're talking about. What do they call those though? I don't even know what that type of funding. But I thought Patreon was that same thing.
Like a donation subscription kind of.
But you're saying no. You're broadcasting shows on there now.
Yeah.
Another place to go viral, right?
Definitely.
But you can make money with Patreon.
Definitely. Yep.
Wow. We kind of strayed off the subject there.
Oh no, that's totally okay. That's the beauty of conversation. You just dive off into different topics and.
Like I'm so used to radio where we got to take a break and go to the next segment, go to the next segment.
Oh no.
When I started just doing more of the podcast format, which I've adopted for radio, where you just let it flow, like you're saying. We don't stop every 5 minutes for a break, you know. But yeah, I guess my brain works like radio, where I got to stop and focus on the next one. No,
it's all just flowing all in one little river stream.
It's like we're just sitting here smoking and drinking
having a
and
conversation,
just
friends
chatting. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But it's being recorded and it's going to go to millions. I don't know how many people we're going to get it.
Trillions, billions, gazillions.
Of course, Whisper's going to have all the rhymes.
Yeah,
that's funny. But realistically, you've got a pretty good audience.
Mm-hmm.
And you've done how many shows now?
Of this series, the podcast. This is episode 12.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So number
Double
12.
Digits, yes.
This is my lucky number 12.
Mm-hmm.
I got to remember that at the casino.
Yeah, there you go.
Gambling.
Mm-hmm. When the lottery just 12.
You know, I never played the lottery. My dad loves it. My dad will play it every day. My friend Pete barely works full time. He's working part time actually. He's got to play that lottery even twice a day.
That's how he does it.
I got to go do it. You said it. I'm gonna go play the pick the numbers.
There you go.
Number 12.
Number 12. Lucky number 12. Okay, so let's wrap this up. But before we go, I want to talk about gratitude a little bit. So in your life, what are some things that you are appreciative of, that you're grateful for?
Oh, I like that. I'm going to steal that question.
Yes, of course.
What makes you happy? What are you grateful for? I think the fact that I've had the opportunity to even do this as a career for any length of time, even a year, is a big gift, because some people, quote unquote, never reach, they try, but they just never get there. I actually did everything I wanted to do so far in life. Now, the problem with me is I haven't made enough income to live necessarily. I'm always looking for other opportunities, but I've done it. I've already been, that I've gotten into politics. Not president, but I've gotten into politics as what they call a committeeman, precinct committeeman. But anyway, I did that. I've been on the radio. I've been national on the radio. I've been on a podcast show. I've just done a lot of that. I've done charity work. I've done a lot of things that I want to do to help people and make myself feel good about what I'm doing. And I am very grateful for that people are even willing to look at me on a camera for an hour. That to me is kind of a big deal. So I'm very grateful for that. And then, of course, all the other things that have happened in life. I've had some milestones. I have a great niece and nephew that I'm real happy to have, because I don't have any kids. I technically have a stepdaughter, but not really, because we never got married. But anyway, it's cool to still have my family around. Actually, I still have my parents. I'm real happy that they are, as much as they drive me nuts. I'm still happy that they're here driving me nuts. So there's a lot, I guess, I'm grateful for. Family, friends, the show, doing this event. I mean, the fact that we're doing this is pretty cool. So that's a lot, isn't it? But yeah.
That's beautifully said.
There you go.
Sometimes it's good to just express yourself fully and get it out.
Yeah, so I think that's pretty much everything I can think of. Probably when this is over, I'll be like, I should have mentioned that. That's I pretty much covered it all. Oh, and that we're healthy. I'm here. I actually had a pretty bad scare about a year and a half ago, but I'm back and I'm okay.
Yep. And looking good, looking healthy.
I hope so.
You got all your limbs intact.
I do. I still have hair. That's one thing.
Yes,
when you get this age, people are worried about hair.
You got all your senses working.
Yeah, I think. I can't really hear that well, but what'd you say?
Come again. Cool. So we're going to go ahead and end it, but before we do, one last thing. Do you want to say anything as an outro to the audience? Oh,
I just definitely tune in and look at these podcasts, because they're really cool. I've really enjoyed the ones he's done, the other 11. Hopefully you'll like this one. And check out MarioJBell.com. I'll do a selfless plug for me. MarioJBell.com. That's all my stuff's on there, and I'm adding more every day from even back way, 20 years ago. I'm getting audio and video up there, so check that out. And definitely go to this show. Go to the, what are we calling it?
The Backyard Monster Mash.
The Backyard Monster Mash.
Yes.
Woohoo!
MarioJBell, everybody.
Thank you for having me.
Yay,
it was a pleasure.
Yay.
It was awesome. That actually went really well.
Uh-huh.
Was that really an hour? It didn't feel like it.